Welcome back for another collective oracle reading using the Alchemist Grimoire Tarot. If you are new to these readings, I will give a very brief overview of exactly how the cards are structured, and also an extremely brief overview as I do the reading of what each position represents. If you'd like more detailed information on any of these, just please feel free to refer to either one of the two initial readings on the Oracle card reading playlist. That being said, each card in the Alchemist Grimoire Tarot has what would normally be thought of as a divinatory message, as well as an associated spell designed to help you alchemize that card's message. The only spell that should absolutely be performed in any reading is the one for the final card. However, if you feel called to, you can certainly perform the spells for the other cards as well. If you do that, I don't recommend doing them all at the same time to make sure that you don't clutter your mind with the subconscious symbolism that's inherent in them, and maybe just space them out over a couple of days. That being said, this time around we're just going to jump right into the reading. The Earth position represents the material foundation of the situation, and in that position we have the web. In this position, the web reveals that the situation is grounded in connection and support, even if that support is not immediately visible. The material conditions surrounding you are not isolated. They're part of a wider network of people, circumstances, resources, and even unseen influences that are quietly holding things together. Kind of like a pebble tossed into a pond, what you do now sends ripples outward, and what others do also affects you in return. This card suggests that while you may feel as though you are carrying things alone, the practical reality says otherwise. There's stability here, not because everything is solid or complete, but because the load is distributed more evenly. Systems, relationships, and structures, some obvious, some not so much, are helping sustain you. Earth reassures you that the foundation is interdependent rather than fragile. Practically, this may point to shared resources, collaborative efforts, community ties, or timing that is aligning behind the scenes. You're supported enough to continue, even if you don't yet see the full pattern.
Hold a piece of thread on the palm of your hand. Close your eyes and picture threads of energy connecting everything around you. Wrap the thread around your finger and say aloud,
I am woven into the great design. I call support that is divine.
Envision the thread on your finger connecting to the other threads.
Okay, the air position represents the mental atmosphere surrounding the situation, and in that position we have the bloom. With Earth establishing connection, air shows how your mind is responding. The bloom indicates that your thinking is in a state of emergence. Ideas, beliefs, or self-understandings are developing organically, but they are not ready to be rushed into definition yet. You may sense growth without being able to necessarily articulate it, which can create mental restlessness or even doubt. But air invites patience with your own unfolding. Trust that clarity will come as a result of allowing thoughts to mature naturally. Messages from your higher self are arriving, but they're arriving gently, whether that be through curiosity, resonance, or repeated nudges rather than certainty.
Hold or gather fresh flower petals. Whisper a word of encouragement to each one. Scatter them around your bath, altar, or sleep space. Say aloud,
I honor my bloom in timing divine. I am growing, root and spine.
Okay, the fire position, this is your action, your will, and your drive. And in that position, we have, well, quite appropriately enough, we have the Flame Keeper. It seems like I often get fire-related cards in the fire position. Anyhow, but that's neither here nor there. So, in this situation, fire reveals that your forward motion depends on discernment and protection. The Flame Keeper shows that your motivation is sacred, but also vulnerable. Action taken without care could deplete rather than advance you. The energy driving the situation is not meant to be spent freely, it's meant to be preserved. This card also suggests that boundaries are actually an act of courage. Choosing when not to act is just as important as choosing when to move. By protecting your passion and your will, you ensure that what grows is sustainable.
place a candle into a small jar. Light the candle. Say aloud,
This spark is mine. It burns divine.
place your hand at a safe distance above the jar. Feel the candle's warmth on your skin. Visualize that warmth spreading through your entire body and forming a protective aura of light.
Okay, water is the emotional truth, and in that position we have the nest. So at the emotional core, the nest reveals a need for safety and softness. The heart isn't asking for intensity or even emotional processing. What it truly wants here is to just be held. There can be emotional sensitivity beneath the surface that really requires rest rather than resolution. Water affirms that you are allowed to slow down and receive that care. Emotional healing here comes from gentleness, from choosing environments and relationships that feel secure and affirming.
Place a small feather near a candle. Say aloud,
As I hold others, I now hold me. Safe in stillness, blessed I be.
look into the flame and think about or visualize yourself somewhere warm, cozy, and safe. Snuff the candle and place the feather by your bed.
Okay, the spirit position is basically, it represents integration and meaning and can be thought of as the final outcome of the situation. It draws all the other cards into its meaning as well, which is what I like about that particular position. But in that position, we have the bell. As the binding force I just mentioned, the bell shows that all of this preparation leads to expression with power. Supported by the web, allowed to bloom, protected in flame, and held in safety, you reach a point where silence is no longer necessary. spirit, or if you prefer, your higher self, your higher consciousness, calls you to speak clearly and intentionally. This isn't impulsive speech. It's more like an invocation. When you name your desires, specifically ask for what you need or claim, your voice carries resonance because the elements are aligned behind it. The web responds, the world listens. What we put into our subconscious, especially when repeated, manifests in our reality. That's the whole point of this channel.
Ring a bell or tap a glass. With each sound, speak what you are calling to.
I call clarity. I call peace. I call opportunity.
Repeat until you feel the shift. Then leave the bell near your bed or door.
I really like this reading a lot. This is a really positive message, I think. Basically, it describes a cycle of support, emergence, protection, rest, declaration, letting you know you're not alone in the process, that growth is happening quietly, energy is being safeguarded, and emotional safety is being restored. Because of this, when you finally do speak, your words won't scatter, but they'll have more of a ring to them. They'll carry some weight. Yeah, that's the reading. So until next time, trust the web, tend to the flame, rest in the nest, and then sound the bell. And as always, walk in peace and light, my friend.